Let's move on to our Edge Wisdom segment. This is a question that I know a lot of people struggle with. The complaint is, I'm struggling with losses. I can't seem to do anything right. I just want to give up. I do great in sim, but don't have the talent to crack it live. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? So, how many of you identify with this kind of sentiment, especially in the kind of market that we've been in lately? You can be honest. Nobody knows who you really are. You know, maybe you're using your real name, but who cares? If we don't have transparency, we're not honest with each other, it's really hard to make progress in trading. This is why an accountability partner is really important. We had a nice discussion about that in our trade talk yesterday, convergent trading. Here are the core issues from my experience and my opinion. The fact is, as traders, losses are going to happen. They're going to happen all the time. There are going to be many, 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 many losses. There are going to be many losses. It's okay. Accept it. It's okay. It's just like poker. You're going to get crappy cards and you're going to take a lot of losses. Here's the goal. Here's the important thing. The goal is to keep them small. Please keep those losses as small as possible. And that means you define risk in such a way that you're providing yourself with somewhat of an edge in terms of R factor or risk versus reward, so that the loss is small relative to the gain, so that you're not fighting an uphill battle. This is really important. I see a lot of people trade online and stream, and they show, a down day is huge, an up day is about half a down day, and it would take a whole lot of up days to make up for a down day. And you can trade that way. There's certainly people that make money that way, professionally or otherwise. But it's a difficult way to go. It's an uphill battle, right? So our goal is to keep the losses small. The other thing to remember, and this is really tough for traders, remember this is a random outcome game. This is random outcome. The last trade and its outcome doesn't matter. Learn to let it go. Learn to not have it sit there and be on your mind and force your mind to digest it. The brain with information is like the stomach with food. It has to kind of digest it, which requires you to have stress relief, through exercise or something, some distraction. It requires you to have good sleep. That helps the digestion of the things that are going on in your life, whether it's trading or otherwise. Rest is really important. Generally, we sleep less, we abuse ourselves and so on. When things aren't going wrong, when actually the opposite needs to be prescribed. But a loss, just let a loss go. It's just a loss. It's a drop in the bucket. It's okay. Just let it go. If you're taking a huge loss, in other words, you just gave up 50% or 80% of your account, then you don't want to let that go. You need to wallow in that. You need to feel its pain, because there's a lesson in there. You should not be repeating that. Don't try to make up a loss. Next, if your edge exists in sim, like this particular trader's writing in, if your edge exists in sim, then execution quality and psychology are the issue. If you're doing it right in sim and you're following your rules in sim and it looks good and you're making all kinds of money, but you go live and it's crap, then the issue is execution, the issue is psychology, the issue is fear, overthinking, analyzing in place. The analysis and the homework has to be done before, and you're just sitting there waiting for the market cue, patiently waiting for the market to come to you. You put the trade on, you define the risk, you define the targets, and your trade management, and that's it. Once the trade is done, bag it, log it. That's it. Move on. Go to the next trade. There's nothing more important in trading than the very next trade. There is nothing more important in trading than the very next trade. That last trade that's distracting you from the very next trade, that last trade is taking you away from the next trade. The only thing that matters is the here and now, and that is the next trade. There's no such thing as talent, this person says, but don't have the talent to crack it. I don't believe in talent. I think talent is overrated. I think talent is a wrong way to think. It's a fixed mindset. There's no such thing as talent. There's just hard work and constant growth. Period. We are constantly changing. We are human beings. We cannot stop in time and freeze frame who we are. We are not born with a brain that functions in a certain way. We just learn and adapt. This is how we've survived for tens or hundreds of thousands of years or whatever you believe. Study until you trust your edge. That's really important. Just keep pecking away at your understanding of the market. Execute, fearless execution, pure execution, tough, easily said, very difficult to do. Execute, log, learn, move on. That's all you can do. It's trading is about sampling, going to the pond and sampling as much as possible. If your edge is positive, it'll show up. Okay? Make sure you have your risk controls in place and trust yourself. At the end of the day, you have to trust yourself. Good luck.